She told me she worked night shifts, but the thing standing outside my door at 3 a.m. looked exactly like her, just without eyes. Summer 2022. I'm Jaden, recently moved from New York to Seattle for a new job. I rented a small apartment, old building, quiet, nothing special. The landlord only warned me once, if you hear footsteps in the hallway after midnight, don't open the door. I laughed it off. That night, I met Harper, the girl living next door. Not overly glamorous, not intimidating, just perfectly normal in a comforting way, which somehow made her feel mysterious. Harper smiled and said, "I work night shifts, so you'll hear me leaving late." Simple, harmless, or so I thought. 1:45 a.m. I was gaming when I heard slow footsteps outside my door. Not rushing, almost dragging. Right then, my phone buzzed. Harper texted, "Just left for work. Drive safe, okay?" I froze. If she just left, who was outside my door? I didn't check. Not yet. Harper and I started hanging out. Coffee, grocery runs, small talks. She was sweet, calm, almost too calm. But every time I asked basic questions, "Where do you work? What do you do at night?" she smiled but gave zero answers. It felt like she was hiding something. 3 a.m. I was watching a movie when someone knocked. Tap, tap, tap. I asked who it is. Silence. I looked through the peephole. A tall shadow stood there. But it had no head. Before I could react, my phone buzzed again. Harper texted, "Hey, I'm still at work. Everything okay?" My blood went cold. The figure outside, its shape, its height, it looked exactly like Harper. The next morning, I confronted her. "Were you outside my door last night?" Her face drained of color. You saw it?" I demanded answers. Harper whispered, "I don't work night shifts. I can't, because my night self leaves the building on its own." I stared at her. "My what?" Harper continued, "I have a double, a shadow version of me. It's followed me since I was a kid. It wants to live in my place, and it hurts anyone who gets close to me." I couldn't breathe. That night, I was washing my face in the bathroom. I looked up. Behind me, Harper was standing there in the mirror. I whipped around. No one. I looked back in the mirror this time. Harper's face had no eyes, just 2 black holes. She leaned close and whispered, "She doesn't deserve you. Come with me." Lights flickered. Air froze. I ran. Around midnight, Harper banged on my door. "Jaden, let me in! It's here! Please!" I opened the door. She was shaking. We ran to her apartment. Her closet rattled violently. Inside, something breathed. The door burst open. Harper's shadow double stepped out. Same hair, same build, no eyes. It smiled at me. "You belong with me." It lunged toward me, but Harper jumped in front. "Take me instead!" The shadow paused, then slipped into Harper's body like smoke disappearing into a lung. Harper collapsed. Paramedics arrived. Harper survived. Barely. Right before they took her away, she whispered, "Don't stay here. It knows you now." I moved out the next morning, but last night in my new apartment, hundreds of miles away, tap, tap, tap. Someone knocked on my door at 3 a.m. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Still awake? Harper is still in the hospital. She can't move. She can't text. So, who knocked? I thought her love would save me, but in a forgotten corner of New Jersey, inside a house people still call the breathing house, I realized her love was the thing that almost killed me. November 2021. Deep inside New Jersey's Pine Barrens, my car crawled down a narrow road swallowed by tall, silent pine trees. No moon, no neighbors, just miles of woods that locals avoided after dark. My name's Aryan, a grad student trying to survive school, work, and loneliness. Then I met Ella. Beautiful, quiet, mysterious in a way that felt addictive. After a few weeks of dating, she said, "My family has an old house in the pines. We could spend the weekend there, just us." I agreed. I shouldn't have. The iron gates screamed as we entered the property. A huge, rotting two-story home stood in front of us, all windows black, air cold as if the house exhaled. A rusted sign read, "Hargrove Residence, 1897. I joked, "Looks like a haunted house." Ella smiled, but there was no warmth in it. Inside, a strange sound echoed softly through the walls. Like slow breathing. I told myself it was pipes. It wasn't. During dinner, I casually asked, "So, where's your family now?" Ella's eyes went distant. "They're not around anymore. Not for a long time." Her voice empty. Around 1 a.m., while we sat talking on the couch, heavy footsteps pounded upstairs. Thud, thud, thud. I laughed nervously. That better be a raccoon the size of a bear. But Ella grabbed my hand, hard. "Don't go up there, Aryan, please." That was the first time she truly scared me. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to a sound inches from my ear. "Aryan." A whisper. Human. Too close. I turned. Ella was asleep. The whisper came again. "Come upstairs." My heartbeat hammered as I walked toward the staircase, phone flashlight on. At the top of the stairs stood a human-shaped shadow, taller than any person I've ever seen, head tilted unnaturally to the side. As I stared, it moved down the stairs, not stepping, but sliding, floating. Ella screamed from the bedroom, "Don't look at it. If you make eye contact, it won't let you leave." Shaking, I demanded, "What the hell is this? Who was that?" Ella finally broke. My family didn't die somewhere else. They're trapped inside this house. My grandfather did something, some kind of ritual. Whatever he summoned kept them here, in the walls, the shadows, the floors. My blood ran cold. "And you? What are you?" Ella looked down. For a split second, her tears looked black, like ink. The house groaned, walls trembled. Ella whispered, "This place never let me leave." Doors slammed shut on their own. The floorboards bulged as if something huge crawled under them. Ella screamed, "Run, Aryan! The house wants someone new, and it chose you!" I ran for a window. The wooden frame snapped shut by itself, trapping my fingers. Below me, the floor pulsed like a beating heart. A voice rose from the walls. "Stay! Stay with us!" I ran upstairs, the only place left. At the end of the hallway, a door slowly creaked open. Inside were old portraits of Ella's family, but every single portrait had their eyes carved out. The room whispered, "Join us." The floor split open beneath me, a black, endless pit. Just as I began to slip inside, Ella pushed me out of the room. "Go! I can't get out, but you can!" I slammed the door behind me and ran. Shadows swirled down the hallway, reaching for me. I burst out the front door and sprinted to my car. From the rearview mirror, I watched every window of the house fill with faces, hundreds of them. Ella's face appeared last, except it wasn't human anymore. I escaped. Ella didn't. A week later, I returned with police, but the house was gone. Not destroyed, not burned, just gone. Only a patch of dead, blackened earth remained. But the worst part? Some nights, around 2 a.m., my phone buzzes. Unknown number. When I answer, Aryan, come back. The Pine Barrens are still there. The locals still hear whispers when the wind is right. Some say a house still appears in the woods, only for certain people, only for people it wants.